The trailer for episode 110 has been updated. Little Dr. Fairy was besieged by 3 warring clans in the Ice Valley. Key moment. Xiao Yan called up the exalted fire of the 8-star clan and the Geogress dummy. Blow up the house. Before long, as the men of the Ice Valley were wiped out, Xiao Yang then took the wounded Little Dr. Fairy to the deep valley. In a dark cave, Xiao Yang grabbed the little doctor's wrist and began to examine her injuries. Really, the Little Dr. Fairy was seriously injured, and he's got the ice power of the Ice Valley, is constantly radiating cold temperatures. To drain the blood from the little doctor's body, the meridians froze. Once again felt the characteristics of the ice. Xiao Yang thought for a moment. The low-lying area is filled with clean water and fire-like herbs. Shinblue, take off the little medical fairy's clothes. Help her into the pool again. Wenyang, Shinblue and small medical fairy are one terrified, and the latter is full of a touching blush. A few moments later, with the clothes off, the Little Dr. Fairy splashed into the pool. Just a tiny head. See the Little Dr. Fairy enter. Xiao Yang green flame full. He intends to use the fire attribute energy to remove the ice power from the former's body. With the red energy pouring into the little medical fairy, her condition began to improve gradually. It worked. Xiao Yang relaxed breath at the same time. He let Xin Lan out of the ravine to collect some herbs to revive the venerable fire of heaven. Now he has a vendetta against Ice Valley, hence the urgent need to revive the venerable fire of heaven. Receive a list of medicinal materials. The Geogress escorted Xinlan away far away. Imperceptibly, the Little Dr. Fairy was treated for 4 days. The ice power in her body has been completely removed. In the soft light, Xiao Yang suddenly whispered, "How's your distress toxin?" The Little Dr. Fairy listened. Smile slightly. Distance burst time. It should only be 2 or 3 months. Merely. Even if it erupts, it's eating away at my mind. Me back then, I wouldn't have known you. Wenyang. Xiao Yang shook his head helplessly. Talk nonsense. 2 or 3 months. I will get the core of the scorpion. We'll follow the poison pill then. You'll have complete control over the antitoxin. Hear this. A strange color came over the Little Dr. Fairy's face. Because when she first entered the ravine, I came across a scorpion. As soon as the guy saw the medical fairy, like a madman, screaming for her to go back to being the lady of the village. And the guy's good. Reached the 8-star order. However, the little doctor is hurt again. Finally had to flee. Xiao Yang after listening to think for a moment then make up his mind. When the Little Dr. Fairy recovers from his wounds, he will attack the scorpion. Although the 8-star King's warcraft is much stronger than Feitian, but the exalted fire of heaven and the geoglyph of my own house are also the puppets of the 8 stars. Moreover, this time against the scorpion, and just enough for the 7th level of demon blood needed to revive the venerable fire of heaven. In this way, if the little medical fairy takes control of the evil body and the venerable heavenly fire revives, then he'll both be in for a power surge. Come to the Dou zong level. The thought of having 2 bodyguards at the top. Xiao Yang's heart was surging at once. In the next day, go out to find medicine. Shinblue suddenly face panic ran back. Brother Xiao Yang. Not good. You and the Dr. Fairy are both wanted by Ice Valley, and Ice Valley has arranged for the strong to arrive. It is said that one of them is the greatest Dou zong. Wenyang. Xiao Yang and small medical fairy face is a change. Peak of Dou zong. They have no one to deal with right now, so the only priority is to take care of the scorpion, and help the heavenly fire master refine the body. That's how we resolve the crisis. The flash of thought is over. A group of people follow the guidance of the medical fairy. I want you to raid the venomous manticore's lair. At the same time, at the entrance to the ravine, Ice Valley 4 fighting zone strong slowly appeared, and they're headed by the serpent elders at the top of the Dou zong. The man is said to be ruthless in his killing. In the Ice Valley has a pivotal position. I can see you all together. The snake on crutches smiled faintly. Ice Valley hasn't seen a provocation like this in years. The old man's hands are a little raw. Speak slowly. The old man waved his cane. The party then disappeared into the depths of the ravine. On the other side, Xiao Yang several people have arrived in the sky-poisoned scorpion dragon around the stone castle. Suddenly, a startling dragon song sounded from the stone castle. Little beauty, I didn't think you'd find me again. In this case, then stay and be my woman. The king wants your misery to be perfect for me. The purest offspring. Laugh down. A scorpion-tailed figure a dozen meters long flashed through the air, looking at the momentum to the sky. A manamonic Manitosaurus. Little Dr. Fairy Lightway. I'm only here to ask you for something. Wenyang. The scorpion smiled lewdly. He is a venomous beast. This kind of person is like a poison. The mere smell of it refreshed him. Be unable to extricate oneself. Therefore, when he first met the little medical fairy, he knew. This woman must be his. As long as you stay and be the king's woman. The king promised you anything. Looking at a scorpion like that, little Dr. Fairy flashed a little cold on. Then give me your core. Verbalism. There was a grimness on the beautiful face of the venomous manticorus. Surrender the core. Doesn't that mean he's dead? If any other man had spoken these words before the king, he must be a dead body by now. But who made the king so obsessed with you? Therefore, the man next to you will pay for the offense. Speech strike. The venomous Scorpiosaurus went straight for Xiao Yang. Look at the attack coming. Xiao Yang 3000 thunder started. Clack, clack, clack. The scorpion tail of the venomous Manticulosaurus only penetrated the shadow of Xiao Yang. Fruitless attack. The venomous Manticorus roared angrily to the heavens. No matter why you're here. But now that we're here, then there's no need to leave. A roar fell. The dense poison herd around the castle also exploded. They're led by two of the main arms of the venomous manticore. One fat and one thin. The strength is all around the 4 stars. Look at this battle. Xiao Yang immediately called out the earth demon dummy and the heavenly fire dignitary. The venerable fire of heaven was startled by the venomous man-scorpions upon his appearance. You're a very old man. To find such a tough guy. Xiao Yang gave a bitter smile. Skyfire seniority. You need that guy's blood to make your body. Moreover, the geoglyphs will also assist you. Wen Yang. His Holiness Heavenly Fire breathed a sigh of relief. With the help of the geoglyphs, he wasn't that hard to get rid of. See Xiao Yang. A few people prepared. The scorpion looked cold. The king is a Manticulosaurus. Don't you dare me. Verbalism. Xiao Yang frowned. Manticorexes are famous in the world of Warcraft. They are said to have a thin trace of the ancient dragon blood flowing through them. In this world of Warcraft, all the monsters involved with the Taishu dragon are synonymous with power. Well, Mancosaurus can't match a race like Phoenix. But still at the top of the list. But at the moment, Xiao Yang had no choice but to fire his arrows. Don't tell me this guy's a Manticulosaurus. Even if he is too weak, the dragon will have to do it. Before long. Outbreak of war. Xiao Yang meets the herd. The little medical fairy takes on the 2 leaders of the herd. The venerable fire of heaven and the geoglyphus battled the venomous mandrake. Clang clang. The small medical fairy of the 6-star clan faces a fat and thin joint. Not to be weak at all. I see the little doctor fairy is all right. Xiao Yang relaxed breath at the same time. He fell and the heart burst out. Next instant, invisible flames raged through the herd. Countless poisonous beasts turned into fireballs. Burned to ashes. But even so, they're still under the control of the venomous Manticulosaurus. Crazy forward rush. Right between Xiao Yang's frowns. The venomous Manticorallosaurus sounds another dragon song in the sky. In the next moment, the herd spewed a cloud of poison toward it. Evident. The scorpion cannot withstand the union of the exalted fire and the geoglypho dummy. It wants to use the power of the poisonous cloud that all the beasts have formed. See the change. Xiao Yang naturally did not want to add new variables. Thereupon, his palm changed. The 5-wheeled wolf-shaped fire spirit shoots at the poison cloud. In the next moment, a crack. The cloud dissipates like a burst balloon. Because the poisonous cloud was burned, the venomous Mancosaurus suddenly flew into a rage. Then it manifests itself as a monstrous beast. Immediately, it swung its tail hard at Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang's face did not change. The wolf-shaped fire spirit meets the attack again. Ah, roar. The scorpion's tail crunched as it burned. Make it scream. The screams just fell. The geogly of the House of the 8 Stars again blew its eye with a blow. Bam! The venomous Manticorus plummeted to the ground. The pain in his eyes made him want to kill. You bastards. The king will cut you to pieces. Roar down. The scorpion has a big mouth. The rich color of blood quickly condensed. A few moments later, a broad beam of blood-colored light burst out. See the beam of light coming. The venerable fire of heaven shouted. Be careful. After all, this is a venomous Manticorutosaurus strike. Anyone gets hit, the consequences would be severe. Listen to the warning. Xiao Yang 3000 thunder full speed. He had no idea that the venomous manticore would be so difficult. 2 8 stars and 1 Xiao Yang. I can't even do anything about it for a while. Insurance deflects the attack. The Fire Lord's soul is bursting with power. As a giant net to bind the scorpion. Xiao Yang. Let the geoglyph hit it on the head. Xiao Yang saw this. With a wave, The geoglyphus then sat on top of the scorpion body. Bash! At the same time, the fire wolf set by Xiao Yang and bite into the frantic tail of the venomous manticore. At that, the scorpion dragon is under siege by 3 people. Its consciousness began to fade. An air of death hung over me. Suddenly, he knows he's dying. A thin stream of blood shot out of his eyes. Then lightning into Xiao Yang's body. I swear on my manticore blood, you will be hunted down by my manticulords. Life on the run. The body is marked. Xiao Yang is not in any serious harm. At this moment, he has not cared so much. Then his mind moved. The Gaol dummy blows with a mighty punch and blew the head off the scorpion. With the death of the scorpion, the herd in the distance and the one fat and the one thin fighting the little medical fairy, they just hugged and left. The flight is even faster than it came. End of battle. The little medical fairy quickly reminded Xiao Yang, take away its core and its blood. Not so. There's too much movement in here. I'm afraid it will attract the attention of other powerful people. Xiao Yang when speech gently nodded. Then, his glassy heart is burning, and wrap the scorpion inside. With the burning of the alien fire, the Scorpiosaurus is getting smaller and smaller. A few moments later, cleft flesh, a fist-sized core emerges. Collect the core. Xiao Yang continues to control the heat. In the blink of an eye, the meatball shuddered violently. One by one, the fine blood was extracted, and the blood color of the fleshball is gradually dimming. At last it becomes a lifeless pale color. Put the fine blood into a jade vase. Xiao Yang and his party immediately swept away to the north of the Luo Shenzhen. Thank you for watching.